it's MK, and I am here with another Kit Conspiracy layout for you guys today. And today I am still using the 49 and Market Nature Study collection. I have these laser cut pieces that I am absolutely thrilled to start using. I can't wait. And then the cover piece has a bunch of cut aparts on there that I think I will cut apart and see if I can't use them as well. I have my film strips. Those that I've been playing with, I haven't put back in the packaging. And then, of course, the ones that I'm not playing with have actually been stuck in the packaging. And then I took out my ephemera and placed them all on this tray, so that way it's easier to find. I also took out my chipboard pieces and put them on the tray as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just rifle through, see what I have left. I've got quite a few pieces left considering this is my third layout. And then of course I also have this washi that I am loving playing with, as long as I put it onto white cardstock and cut them all out as little postage stamps. I love that. All right, so I've got a couple scraps left over from the green piece of paper. And then I also have these beautiful pieces of paper, this gorgeous dusty blue. Here's my two photos. My kids, again, sitting on what looks like steps that nature made. And so I took a picture of the steps, and then I took a picture of my kids sitting on the steps. Now I have this beautiful piece of blue, and then my favorite, oh my gosh, I know the brown is my favorite, but this plaid is also my favorite. It's just got all the fun colors in it. It really does. Brown, blue, green. I mean, that just says my name all over it. So I decided that at first I was going to use the blue and I was going to use the plaid. And then I decided that it might be too dark and busy for my layout. So I took away the plaid, and I'm just going to use this side of the blue. I'm not going to use anything else, but I did want to incorporate the plaid, and I remembered that the packaging for the ephemera piece was that same exact plaid. Now it is on the glossy side because it is packaging, but I'm going to use it to frame my photos. So I am a-okay with being able to use this packaging because you're only going to see a little border of it. And that's why I did not want to flip through my, or cut out my plaid paper. So anyways, I also went through some of my film strips. I really wanted to use this yellowy brown color of film strip. So I'm going to use those as my frame. And then I brought in two of the darker brown film strips, and I'm going to use one as just a background decoration. And the other one, I'm going to put my postage stamps inside the film strip. So that way it looks like a negative. Of course, it's going to be a lot brighter than a negative, but I'm excited to see how this looks. So I'm going to do the first two or three. It does take quite a process because, again, I had to back them all on white cardstock. And then I have to trim them down. I thought I was going to be able to get them to fit exactly, but it didn't end up working that way. So I ended up cutting off the postage border, and then fitting them in. And then of course they're too tall, so I have to do it this way. Now I can't glue them on and then fussy cut around because washi tape is a little on the waxy side. So it's going to take a lot longer for the glue to adhere to the background. Now, one of the things I should have thought about beforehand, what I think it would have been a lot harder, is I should have done all of this on the washi and then added one strip of white cardstock. I should have cut down one piece of washi and then used that to cut the other pieces of washi because the cardstock made it super thick when I started layering them up. So it kind of made steps on them, but it's not noticeable where I end up using them. But there's the finished product up in the upper right hand corner of my page. It's not where it's going to live, but it is going to be where I put it for now. I thought I was going to trim my photos down so that way they all fit in the photo frames perfectly, but then I realized I wanted my plaid border to stand out a little bit more. So I opted not to do that, and my photo frame my photo film frames, say that 10 times fast, is actually just going to be angled in the corner and kind of be off-centered. I love doing that with my frames, you guys. Sometimes when I don't have enough frames to play with, I will actually cut them down. So that way, if I'm only going to see a one corner of it, then I can use the other opposite corner on another layout or on the same layout to make the photo frame look like it's bigger. But for this example, I am going to just go ahead and use all of it because I end up twisting the pictures enough to where it ends up being to where I can see all four corners. So, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so I've got just a bunch of pieces. I'm going through and picking and choosing which ones I want. I've got some faux button hearts going on. I picked out all the twigs and branches from the laser cut set because that's pretty much how you see Nevada's landscape. Nevada doesn't have a lot of greenery, but the greenery it does have is this, it's still pretty in its own way. And so the trees are very scraggly, very branchy, and needly. So they're not actual pine needles. They're more like junipers. And so it doesn't have beautiful flowing leaves on it. It's more of like a berry branch, but the juniper berries aren't very bright. They're actually like a blue when they're ripened. Yeah, I forgot about that. They're very pretty. And then of course you've got the sagebrush and the rabbit brush and all that. Again, all sagey colors. There's no bright, beautiful greens in Nevada. And so these branches were absolutely the perfect addition for this specific layout. Because I didn't need, a lot of branches to help hide the natural beauty of the rocks, right? And like I said, it's a nature-made staircase, and it actually doesn't go anywhere. My kids walked all the way up to the top, and it goes to the upper portion of that rock, and that's it. But because of the nature of these specific rock formations, they're layered, like almost like a limestone, and over time, nature chips away at them, and then they make these natural stairs. So I really, really do like finding, a nature-made staircase. I really do. And of course, my kids love just sitting down and taking pictures on them and whatnot, and enjoying the beauty of it as well. So, and I think are all my kids in that one, or is it just my son? Oh no, I see them. They all went up the stairs. My apologies. My son's bright shirt in the front is so bright, I kind of don't see the other kids behind him. So, but yes, my kids do enjoy finding these types of things. Now, I am using the printed background as a placement of where I am going to put my photos. And then I just went ahead and found a bunch of goodies that I wanted to add to the background to help tell my story. Now, the piece of paper that I found is in the ephemera pack, and it looks like a picture from a book where somebody, studies nature. It is what it looks like. And so I thought it was absolutely perfect. I'm trying to figure out where now to put my film strip. I did a lot of work on this film strip, so I wanted the majority of it to be stuck out. But the reason why I picked that page from, what looks like a notebook, is because it had that leaf almost like pressed into the page type of deal, or it's printed on the page, but in my opinion, it was somebody that likes to do nature walks, and then every now and then they pick up a leaf and put it in the journaling spot of where they took their nature walk, right? It's kind of like a memory. And then they preserved the memory by putting a leaf in their page and saving it type of deal. Old school scrapbooking, right? So I definitely wanted that to show a little bit more. So I moved my film strip over to the right and had it just kind of wonky over there. Like I said, I really wanted it to stand out a lot more. And then I cut off the piece in the middle that's definitely going to be stuck or hidden, and put it up at the top, just in another little cluster to bring your eye over the entire page instead of just focused in on the photos and whatnot. All right, so that is my layout for today. It's my third and final layout that I have for Kit Conspiracy for week 1. I do have I did throw in a bunch of bonus layouts using the rest of this collection because I just could not stop playing with it. It was one of my favorite collections, and I say was because I'm to the point where even though this is my favorite collection and I have just been enjoying playing with it, I feel like there's going to be another collection coming out soon that's going to be equally, if not better, than this one. So I'm enjoying the collections while I am, but I'm not overbuying, so that way I have an abundance of. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, you guys, be sure to check out Janet Fritz's channel over on Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. She is playing along with me with Kit Conspiracy all month long. So don't forget to see how she is using her Nature Study collection. I cannot wait. And tomorrow we start a brand new collection and a brand new week. So let's go see what we're going to make tomorrow. All right, you guys, talk to you later. Bye.